Clutch Trucker filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. Rusty, the world-famous Meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker channel. No main real one topic, just going to kind of touch on a whole bunch of different stuff, talk about the loads I've been doing. I've been getting kind of behind on trying to get videos out, so I've been trying to do little updates on the Twitter and Instagram account with some more recent stuff in between if I don't have a chance to do a whole video. When last I did a whole video, that's where I was going to go deliver up in Maine with my load of flooring from Georgia. Then I picked up near Bangor, Maine, a load of dampers. And if you're like me, you're like, what the hell are dampers? Automotive dampers. And again, what the hell are automotive dampers? I know, I had to ask the same question. If you open your trunk and they have the little things on there, kind of like pistons that let it go back down slowly. On the newer cars, if you're having to push the seat forward, so people can get in the back seat, unlike where back in the 70s it would go flunk, this makes it go slowly. It's dampening the movement. And so they're used in many different things on cars and pickups and so forth. So I picked up a big load of that in Brewer, Maine, right near Bangor, and brought them to 2 locations in the Detroit area. And that's when I delivered on, I guess, what would that have been? Wednesday. And then I was supposed to pick up, and I did this on Twitter and Instagram, another load Wednesday night, that afternoon, that was supposed to deliver Thursday down here, down in Tennessee. And ArcBest, when they're good, they're good. When they're bad, they're bad. They gave me the information that my pickup window is from noon to 5 p.m. So I timed my deliveries to make sure I could hit everything in that afternoon, still pick up and have some time to roll. Well, I got there at 4:22 and the place was shut down. It was Home Medics, I think, is where I was supposed to pick up. And I called ArcBest right away. Oh, we'll call you right back as soon as we find out what's going on. Do they? No. I called them back at 5. I'm like, okay, now we're past our window here. Oh, yeah, well, they had the wrong time on there and blah, 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 so we're going to have to cancel that load on you. And I had another load with ArcBest that was supposed to pick up the next day in Clarksville, Tennessee, going to Washington State. $6,000 load. Yeah, it's 2,400 miles, so it should pay about that. Washing machines. So now I lost 2 loads. I lost $7,700. I was not happy, Bob. Not happy at all. So I had to just go get parked at the Ann Arbor TA, and I realized that's actually a truck stop I had never been to before. Oh, that never happens. So many times I'm pulling off an exit thinking, oh, I don't think I've ever been here before, and I get off the exit and I'm like, oh, yeah, I have. Do this for 10 years, that'll happen. I had actually stayed at the Pilot across the street before, years ago. But I had never stayed at that TA, so interestingly enough. Luckily, the next day, the next morning, Bo did find me another load through Echo that also went down to Tennessee, and he was able to get back that big load, the $6,000 load going to Washington State. It's just now I'd be picking it up a day later. So then I went over to not a great part of Detroit to pick up this load. I got some video. Well, it's kind of hard to tell, but those buses to the left, parked there waiting for students, the windows are broken out in a lot of those. You got this abandoned building over here to the right, next to an apartment building I think people are living in. Then as you come further down, there's this church up here that has to be completely fenced in to make sure everybody stays away and doesn't break all the windows on that. Then look to the right, you've got an abandoned building here that's been fired and gutted out. Then if you look further to the right up here, there's there's a building with people living in it, and next door, one again that's been kind of gutted out and fired and all that. And then here's an abandoned gas station on the corner. I'll do some zoom and slow-mo for some of this. Yeah, it's just sad to see how a city deteriorates. Look at this building here. It's all abandoned. There's been a fire. There's another one been a fire. It's gutted out. And yet you see how a couple of buildings to the right, people living there. And then this one here, completely gutted out, roof falling in. It had been on fire. It's just dangerous. And then an abandoned and boarded up gas station and another building across the street all abandoned and boarded up. I picked up kind of just right behind this building we're looking at right now. Yeah, the inner city area of Detroit, boy, they got hit real hard when a lot of the manufacturing and everything left, and that video is proof of that. But I picked up some metal. I thought maybe it was steel. I think it was actually, because of the color of it, that lighter kind of shiny silverish look, I think it was actually aluminum, but kind of poured like gold bars. I thought that was interesting, so I've got a picture of that once it was loaded in the trailer, what that looks like. I wanted to show what I brought down here to Tennessee. Steel, bundled, pre-pressed. We're obviously going to mold that into something else. So what you can see right there, 42,000 pounds worth. And it's heavy. I think that picture is actually from when I delivered it. That's why that last stack had kind of moved a little bit. That's from just bouncing down the roads, baby. You know, that happens. So delivered that early this morning in Sevierville, Tennessee. And if you're a fan of Dolly Parton, you probably know that that's her hometown. So there's even Dolly Parton Parkway that I drove on to get over to this place right near the airport. And then I drove back down Dolly Parton Parkway. I thought that was kind of interesting. If you're closer to my age, Dolly Parton and all that, that's kind of a big deal. That kind of means something. She was a big, big deal. Anyway, then made it over here to, I'm in actually Kentucky right now. But then I made it over to Clarksville, Tennessee for today, Friday the 9th, to end up picking up my load of washing machines from LG. Life's Good, and actually their address was Life's Good Way, and it took them about 2.5 hours to get me loaded. Not that bad. This load weighs about 24,000 pounds, going all the way up to Lakewood, Washington, which is Seattle-Tacoma area. So if you're in the Seattle-Tacoma area and you're buying an LG washing machine sometime in the next month or two, you're welcome. Good news is we still gotta get that load, so this is gonna be a hell of a week for pay, for a paycheck. Bad news is, where it was supposed to pick up yesterday, now it's been pushed off a day. Where I had 4+ days to get there, it's 4 full days of driving, 2,400 miles. Now I'm down to just over 3 days of driving to get there and get this by noon on Tuesday. So now it's going to put me through the house, and maybe I can run in real quick, grab a shower, and go, "Hi, everybody, I gotta go." That's going to kind of suck. So hopefully, I'm hoping on the way back. Generally, if I go up that way, I pick up something that goes back at least towards the Midwest somewhere, so maybe I can actually get a full day off at home with the fam. That would be kind of nice. Did get in the comments someone asking how the sea light, those LED headlights are doing, and they're doing real good. I'm real happy with them so far as the low beam position. As far as the high beams, the problem is because the way those LED lights are made, they're flat and they come out of each side, unlike a omnidirectional light from a glass bulb with just the curlicue filament inside. It doesn't matter what position it's in, it's going to put it out the way it needs to go. So I've got to find a way to rotate those high beam ones in the socket so it turns up this way, and then it'll scatter on the lens correctly. I just haven't had time to look at that and deal with that yet. I haven't had time to deal with my fog light that I bought that isn't working yet either. So I'm trying to get there, as if you watch my day in the life of an owner-operator, you're always dealing with something on this truck and trailer, and I've been just real busy, and I haven't had a chance to do it, but I'm getting to those things. Also, have an update on the Garmin stuff for you. Okay, if you have watched my initial unboxing of the Garmin OTR 1000, I really like the new unit. I've been happy with it, except for it has a problem with the voice. The only voice you can use on it is Zoe. I want the Samantha voice. That's the voice I'm used to from my old 780. And the Samantha voice is supposed to be louder. You can't use it. You can't pick it. It won't work. The only voice that works at all is the Zoe voice. And they swear to me, because I talked to them again a couple of weeks ago, that they're still working on that and they are going to fix that. It's just like I talked about the Truck Smart app. Fix it before you put it out there for sale to the public, but that's not the way things are done anymore. They throw it out there and then they keep doing those updates. Okay, but recently in the past 2 weeks, I have done 2 updates, one map update and one other system update. The system update did fix all the lagging issues because they did an update months ago, that every time I'd tried to punch in names of cities or street addresses, it would pause, and you'd have to wait for it, and that's annoying, makes me violent. They fixed that. So now it's cruising along, it calculates real quick again like it did right out of the box. So they fixed all that stuff. The map update now has even the newer locations of truck stops in there. So that's good. It's just they still haven't fixed the voice issue, but outside of that, about everything else is fixed on it. So I still like the unit, I still recommend it. And definitely if you buy one of the new OTR 800 or OTR 1000s, which use the same software, the OTR 700 uses completely different software, you're going to have to update the thing immediately, and know that. The good news is, with the OTR 800 and 1000, you can update it over Wi-Fi, so all I have to do is turn on the hotspot on my phone. I can just go onto it while I'm going down the road even and say check for updates, and if there's one, it can download it while I'm driving down the road. So it's pretty easy to update. So there's the update on the Garmin update kind of situation update stuff. Now a couple more fun dash cam things. This was this morning when I was driving through Nashville. I'm taking that Briley Parkway or whatever to kind of avoid going through the mess through the downtown to go from 40 to 24. And there's a big pallet, a big wrapped thing of some sort of product lying in the road. I hope that fell off a flatbed, or a local driver, or somebody, maybe getting restaurant supplies and fell out of their pickup or something. I sure hope that wasn't falling out of the back of a big trailer, which means somebody left their doors open. I hope that wasn't the case. So here's me coming across that big wrapped thing of product in the road. And the ever-famous clutch trucker zoom in slow-mo. The other thing I want to show you is when I was heading up to Detroit, I'd gone away so I didn't have to run the turnpike. If I had run the turnpike, I would have taken 280 up through Toledo and connected up with 75. I took a different highway in there, Highway 2, so I didn't have to pay the tolls across Ohio. And so I'm coming around 75 as it kind of loops up around the top of downtown Toledo. And I'd never really seen this before. I guess I've never been on that stretch. A giant Uniroyal tire off the side of the road. So I thought that was kind of cool. Let's take a look at that. Giant Uniroyal tire. While I was up in Maine, I do want to show here real quick, I did actually get to meet up with another live truck driver and actually talk to somebody live in person. Got to meet up with Frank. He found me on the YouTube channel and contacted me on my clutchtrucker@gmail.com. You can always contact me that way if you'd like to. And so we were able to find a place to connect up there in Maine at this Fairfield Irving truck stop. He's got a little dog with him too, Scrappy. Of course, so our dogs had to meet, and then we had a chance to talk for a few minutes in between loads and stuff up there in Maine. So that was kind of cool. Okay, here at, where are we? Fairfield?
Yes.
Okay, we're at Fairfield, Maine at the Irving Circle K. You said it used to be a Pilot, right?
Yes.
This is Frank. He had commented on some of my videos earlier, and we got in contact with each other. He lives up here in Maine, and so we were able to hook up here today. So I have a visitor here in the clutch truck territory. Rusty's not too thrilled about it, but Frank and I have been having a good conversation. So thanks for contacting me, Frank.
Well, thank you for meeting me.
And so we've had, during the pandemic thing, you don't get to run into people face to face much out here. So this is a rarity, and so we thought we'd say hi. All right, no real one subject for this one. Just kind of highlighted a few different things, and thought you'd like to see that that load of metal. That was interesting in the back of the trailer. Drove through Dolly Parton's hometown on down Dolly Parton Parkway. That's kind of exciting. And those fun little dash cam things, just little quick stuff out here on the road. Yeah, not as much nasty stuff happening in front of me because the weather's getting better. But the downside to that is I got a fly in here somewhere. It's annoying as hell. Too bad, Rusty, too bad you don't have a big long tongue and can lick up the flies. That would be good, right? You need to do something, after all. Anyway, yeah, going all the way to Washington State, so maybe we'll get some good dash cam and some interesting stuff along the way, and have some new fun videos coming out. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. As always, Please like and comment if you would like to. Ring the bell for notifications so you know when the new videos come out, or if we go live. You're slipping there. He's getting sleepy. It's been a long night, and ended today. So don't forget about Clutch Trucker at Twitter, Clutch Trucker at Instagram, yada yada yada. As always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty out. Wait, I've always wanted to do this. And the flowers are still standing. Alright, and of course, the just reward for helping me out. It's the begging strip. Oh, dropped it. He'll find it, though. Of course he'll find it. Right, Rusty? Love them begging strips. Rusty, no.